A quick reaction to Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich.
This one had you on the edge of your seat, Jamie.
Yeah, you know what? When you see a team score two so late, I think even in here we still expected something to happen at 87, 88 minutes because we kept talking about what happened with Manchester City a couple of years ago. There was a Chelsea game, there was a game against PSG, and they've done it again. It's unbelievable, and it's not luck. If you keep doing that every single season, it's something special. There's a belief that they're going to score late on. The opposition feel that goal is going to come. And the drama in this competition never ceases to amaze me.
Did you see one of our hater, Jamie Carragher, says it's not luck. It's the Real Madrid DNA. Like, despite how many goals you're behind, this team will come back. Because this team is so special. These players are so special. This team made Jamie Carragher change his belief, change his thoughts about this team.
I don't know how Bayern Munich processed that when it's ripped away from you in the final seconds like that.
Again, it's 90 minutes. It's not ripped up in your hand or anything. You play 90 minutes. Simple. It doesn't mean you have to score the first 2 minutes in the middle of the game or at the end of the game. The game is 90 minutes. And with Real Madrid, it's really 90 minutes. You don't take Kane out in a game like that. Because you play against Real Madrid. You're not playing against any, sorry to say, Mickey Mouse team. This is Real Madrid. We talked about it. I'm not going to repeat what I said at the beginning of the show. That's what they do. Period. There's no luck in that. It's called Real Madrid. Period.
Okay, the referee call we'll discuss in details later part of this video. But let's focus on Henry's point. He was right. Football is 90 minutes, right? And Real Madrid was the better side. In fact, I would argue that today, Real Madrid not was just the better side. They were far better side than Bayern Munich. Look at the big chance creation. Like, there's not even comparison today. Let's discuss this. When you go to social media, Bayern fans are so arrogant. They say, oh, they don't park the bus. And today, when you watch their game, they literally came here to park the bus. That's it. They had no intention of playing whatsoever. Again, don't get me wrong. We played a similar play style against Man City. However, we are not hyperbolic because we never claim we play the best football. We play the most beautiful football. Unlike Bayern fans, where they claim that they play the most beautiful football, they play attacking football. In fact, after that City game, many Bayern fans complained, oh, Real Madrid just parked the bus. So today, there's one team who wanted to play and deservedly won whatsoever. And there's no discussion needed. Period.
Thomas Tuchel get it wrong?
Listen, I think you look at the Kane substitution, and in a normal 90-minute game, I can understand a manager making substitutions late in a game. Every manager does it. And it's easy to say when it doesn't go your way, he got it wrong. But I think there is something about when a game can go to extra time. Now, this game didn't go to extra time. But my point is, if Madrid do score a late one and it goes to extra time, you got half an hour without maybe the best striker in world football, or certainly in the top two.
So one thing I'll say, yes, Tuchel made a huge mistake. He was so arrogant. Once Bayern scored the goal, they're like, oh, we were going to win this game. He forgot that he's playing against Real Madrid, a team who believes in themselves, a team who has multiple repeated history of coming back. Not just comeback, insane comeback that many teams don't even dream. Like, we had 1% chance of coming back against Man City. And we did that. So he was so arrogant that he totally went to totally defensive mode and he deserved what he got.
Wow.
Wow, that was a roller coaster.
Can we get some water? I'm
ride.
hot.
Is it? Leo, can we get some water, please?
Oh, wow.
Thanks so
I
much.
can't believe what I've just witnessed again.
Every season without fail, the Champions League.
How good is the Champions League, seriously?
Unbelievable, isn't
I'm
it?
sorry I doubted you.
Me?
I always said the Premier League was...
This is the best competition to win. Look at the drama.
It's ridiculous.
Are you with me now?
So it's not just Mika. There are a lot of English fans who think that English Premier League is better league, better competition than Champions League. It's not even close. Like, there's day and night difference. Say, the size versus sun versus the moon. Moon would be Premier League. the sound would be, say, Champions League. This is the best competition in sports. There's no much more fun in sports than this competition.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Had you wanted Bayern to go through? Because I almost thought you looked disappointed when things switched around.
Wow, no, I'm not disappointed. It wasn't. It was just the way it was done. You know, the last 10 minutes of the game, you're thinking...
Isn't that what's special?
Yeah, that is what is special about it. Of course it is.
Okay, one thing I have to say, all pundits here, they all were rooting for Bayern Munich. That's guaranteed. Like, there's no doubt on that.
There's something that I would like to say. People talk about Bellingham, and rightly so. Rightly so. People talk about Kylian Mbappe, and again, rightly so. But please, Vinicius Junior. I tell you why he didn't score. But what I like with him is the way he wants the ball, the way he pushes things. He never gives up. It was difficult. Nobody wanted the ball at one point for Real Madrid. He was coming, attacking, creating. The amount of time he put that ball in the box, dribbling past Kimmich on the side. I simply think that at the moment, people always give a lot of credit to this man, and he deserves it. Do not sleep on this man.
I cannot thank more to Henry because these really important points, what he brought out, this has to be discussed today. Today, the performance I saw from Vinicius Junior, oh my God, I have no words to describe. I have no adjectives on my mind. It was so scintillating, just superb. Okay, let me say this. In this season, this is hands down the best individual performance I have seen this season. Whole Champions League, whole La Liga. From Real Madrid, this is the best individual performance this season. I haven't seen any player taking so much responsibility. If you look at our performance first half, second half, every other player, they weren't that special. They were playing their normal roles. But there were one player who was playing different levels. Like, you could see the difference between Vinicius versus other players, like day and night. Like, he was so vital today. And I told you in last video that Kimmich versus Vinicius, that has to be exploited. And today, I don't know if Carlo has listened to my last video or reaction video. Carlo listened to me and he utilized that tactics. And that was so important for us today. Yes, he didn't get the goal, he didn't get the assist, but for Josele's goals, you have to give Vinicius credit. Unless he would make that chance, Josele would not get the goal, right? Also, Vini is a big game player. A lot of players like Harry Kane, Haaland, the goals missing in big games when the team needs them. Vini, no, he shows up. He's like, give me the ball, I'll do something for you. In fact, today, if we would have a striker, say Josele would be coming earlier, if we would subbed out Rodrigo much earlier, Vini would get a few assists at least. So at the beginning of the season, it was Bellingham who was running this team, right? Now, there's a new leader, it's Vinicius, who is the main man of this team.
Okay, so let's go through the highlights from this. And let's start with the first goal for Bayern Munich, 1-0, Alphonso Davies.
Since I'm a fullback, you might as well let me have this one. Come on.
It was a bit like Guardiola's goal at the Bernabeu, wasn't it, really?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Vicky, roll red, please, sir.
They're always on red for Micah, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter, but I just want to firstly look at the run in behind. It makes up a lot of ground. And if you look at Rudiger here, he actually does an okay thing in turning him inside because he thinks he doesn't want to shoot on his right foot. And now I want to talk about the exquisite strike because...
So for this goal, all I would say, this goal was insane. I don't know if we could defend better. However, one thing I would say, this is probably only type of goal he scored in his life.
It did look good for a good period of time, though, for Bayern Munich, Jamie.
It did. And listen, Real Madrid were much better second half. They dominated. They probably deserved to win the game. And they go 1-0 down. And then the substitutions from both managers. You know, Modric comes on as well. Kroos comes off. So there's a lot of changes. Camavinga, so they changed the whole midfield. In the central areas there, Real Madrid. But, Bayern Munich took those attacking players off, went to 5 at the back as well, late in the game. And it's something that's going to get pointed out at the end of the game, just because, you look at it and you go, in hindsight, could he have done something different? You know, if it goes the other way, we'll say it's a good decision. But that's what happens when you're a top coach.
So I agree most of the points Jimmy just pointed out. I just have to add that Real Madrid was not just better side, not only in second half, but also in first half. Real Madrid was the better side. Also, I have to agree, the substitution by both teams was a huge factor today. Like for Bayern, it worked against them. For Real Madrid, it worked for them. For example, Joselu is a game changer. Like when you have a number 9 in the box, now defenders have to think about him, right? And now Vini can do his job. Much open play. And also, some other key players, I think Brahim made huge impact because he can do dribbling. And also, Camavinga after Tchouaméni, it's a huge change. For me, when Kama came, we played much better. Have you seen Kama's playmaking? Like he was doing long passes. He was like anchoring the game. I think that was the key. Kama has huge talent. Whenever team asks for something special, Kama always delivers. Kama's performance, do you remember in 2 years ago when we won the Champions League? Every time we came back, Kama was subbed on. And today is another influential game by Kama.
So Real Madrid get 2 goals to turn the game around. Let's take a look at the first goal. 88th minute, this one came.
Yeah, very like Real Madrid, Joselu. That's why he come on. He's a poacher. He's a proper number 9. He believes that anything can bounce back or anything can come to him. Anything. That's what he does. We're all gonna know that he'll shot there. Neuer obviously makes that mistake, but I'm very sorry. Dyer, you have to box him out. And I know in America you will know what it means, boxing someone out. Hey, box him out. Because I was saying to Jamie just before.
So as expected, Henry is explaining from Bayern side that was mistake from Bayern. But for us, it doesn't matter. From my point of view, that goal is a team goal. Like Kama, Bellingham, Vini to Neuer, and Neuer to Joselu. Like it was a team goal. When this goal happened, there's only one team was playing. The other team totally gave up. They were just defending. This is what happens when you just defend and not thinking that the other team is special. They can do something that you don't think of. This will happen.
And he bailed you out 6 times today. 5, 6 times? Yeah. If we can see it again, the striker believes that he's going to drop it. You got to believe also that he's going to drop it. Box him out. By the time you let him, you're in front of him. Arm, leg, everything. See you later. He wants it more than you. That's why Madrid wins. They want it more.
Have we said enough about him, by the way? 2 goals in a Champions League semi-final puts them through.
Joselu?
Yeah.
Great story. He was there, early doors. They didn't believe in him. And like I said, typical 9. He's offside. He's like, you know what? Let me stay here. That's not my problem. You push up with the line. You can see Mazraoui leaves. He doesn't care. If the ball comes, very like Van Nistelrooy, he stayed there. Ball comes, tap it in. And he had to go a bit everywhere to come back. I think he came back at 34, 35. If I remember well, and then he had to wait all that time to be able to score in games like that for Madrid when he was there early doors. Well done.
Again, we scored this goal just because only one team wanted to play here. Only one team was attacking at this moment, right? Only one team wanted to score the goal and winning the match. And that's why Real Madrid scored the goal. And again, this match is kind of resembled like Man City game. Like we scored like 89 minutes in that match. And today we scored like 87 minutes, very close. And then we scored extra time even today. And for Joselu, what can I say? This is a huge achievement for his career. And all the Real Madrid fans, like we weren't thinking about him. Like we never thought that he will make this kind of impact for us. But he's a guy, humble guy, delivers whenever he's asked, right? Like we can't even complain.
Somebody should have to answer for that, shouldn't they?
Yes.
Yes. Shall we bring her in? Christina, Uncle. We're all very excited to speak to you now. What have you got to say about that?
I'm going to kind of disagree with Jamie in the sense that it was only the assistant referee who got this incorrect. Unfortunately, there are 2 officiating errors that occur here. And it's important to note that it is Sané who is the one that is the question of whether or not he was in an offside position. And then interfered with the play. Here, he is not in an offside position, so we don't even have to get to the discussion about whether he interfered with play. But we have the first error by the assistant referee in raising that flag, which goes against the direction of holding that flag, especially we're in the attacking phase of play, and it has not yet finished. And then we have the second error by the referee in accepting that recommendation by the assistant referee and blowing his whistle. Instead of saying, thank you, I see you, I'm going to hold my whistle until this play goes out. And this is very surprising. This isn't some of the best in Europe. This is actually would be considered the best in Europe, this Polish trio, having referee Champions League final, having just done the Men's World Cup final. It was a very surprising decision, both by the assistant referee and the referee, which goes to an oversight in detail and attention at these critical moments. The game is not done until the whistle is finally blown at the end of this match. And unfortunately, this is one of 3 different incidents on this game where there was a overlook of detail from not just this, but prior to the VAR given goal. That was an offside decision on the field that should not have occurred. And then the second ball on the field. So it was not a good day for the third team today.
This is important. We have to discuss this, like how biased her take was from this point. Like Christina mentioned 2 mistakes from the officials. There was 3 mistakes. She only mentioned 2 mistakes because that went against Bayern. I think she was rooting for Bayern. I'm 100% sure. I think she is anti-Madrid, probably. Because the other is also important. But she did not even mention. She failed to mention that. The referee said, okay, we'll give you 2 extra minutes, right? Because Real Madrid scored extra minutes. And there are some celebration. I understand it. But this goal or this offside happened in 4th minute. 2 extra minutes. That's illegal, right? That should not be happening. If the referee would whistle what he said, 2 minutes, like 9 plus 2, 11 minutes, this match would be over. And we would not need this drama. So the referee did mistake, not 2 times, 3 times in 3 different scenarios. But she only mentioned 2 mistakes, but not the other mistake that's also important for the context. Anyway, I'm not going to discuss individual player ratings today because we won ultimately. That's the main goal. And the video is already too long as of now. Although I wanted to talk some players who underperformed today. But as we won, it's over. And the most important thing is we are in the final. We are going to the final for our 15 Champions League trophy. Let me know anything about this match. Anything.